Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the SAP BPC 10.0 point webinar, creating a report in SAP 10.1 using Excel, actually the EPM add-in. My name is Reneta Petrova. I'm coming from Bulgaria and I'm BW Senior Consultant at IBsolution Bulgaria. I joined the company in October last year, and this is my first webinar that I will do for the company. Okay, so let's proceed. Here is the agenda for today's session. We are going to do a quick overview of the product, BPC 10.0 point, then the benefits of the BPC. We'll continue with the overview of the features and the functionality using the EPM add-in or the Microsoft Office. And finally, we will do the demo. And we'll finish with the questions if there are any. Okay, I assume most of you are aware of the product. This is why we will not go so much in details. So the BPC, this is the business planning and consolidation application, and it's intended to meet the business requirements for the forecast, reporting, consolidation, and financial closing. As everybody knows, the BPC is part of the Enterprise Performance Management Suite, which also includes solutions like profitability and cost management, sales and operations planning, strategy management, corporate close, and so on. BPC is available on two platforms currently, for Microsoft and for NetWeaver, the one that we are going to discuss and present today. Okay, so the version for SAP NetWeaver, so it is engaged across finance and beyond Microsoft Excel, HTML5, and the mobile interfaces. It is rapidly deployed. The best practice solution with package industry and functional content. Also, with the BPC NetWeaver version, we achieve better results by quickly identifying true business drivers and planning accordingly. Here, we can plan at any level of detail and shrink consolidated financial reporting time. Time is saved and reduce errors with a single integrated solution for planning and consolidation. Also, there is lower cost of ownership and reduce data duplication with the ability to leverage existing BW data warehouse objects. Here, as I mentioned, we have choice of Excel, Word, PowerPoint, web, and mobile interfaces. Here, the Excel is without spread. You have, let's say, access to the central data repository and creates a single version of truth, ensuring organizational alignment. Also, the data can be controlled and accessed on mobile devices based on user and roles. Can work with key financial applications from desktop to mobile device. Also, With the BPC, we speed up the time to value with a single deployment for planning, budgeting, forecasting, and consolidations. And very important thing, reduce the risk of errors by moving the data between multiple financial applications. Let's go with the BPC capabilities. Here we have consolidations, planning, forecasting, and financial reporting analysis. The consolidation brings the intercompany matching reconciliation as well, management consolidation and reporting, data mapping and submission, the planning. Here in this feature, the budget, the sales revenue planning can be done, the headcount, staffing, the cash flow planning, expense planning as well. Financial analysis and reporting. The important here is that the ad hoc reporting can be done, variance analysis, driver analysis, growth capacity, etc., legal consolidation, and root cause analysis. With the forecasting capability, the P&L can be done, balance sheet, cash flow, rolling forecasts, also integrated financial statement modeling, and scenario modeling. Let's proceed. Here in BPC 10.1, we have the new HTML web client. It is newly designed HTML5 web user interface for greater platform and language support. Here the simplified administration task with the new web-based workspace. The easier creation and maintenance of business process flows, work status, audit functions, and so on. With the new interface, we have better user experience, initiative page switching when multitasking between the library, my activities, consolidations, administration, system reports, documents, and so on. Here on the home button, we can see all of them when we are locked. So it's easier to navigate by larger tabs. So it is optimized for the mobile devices. Also here on my activity, task notification for the business process flow. So it is important for the user. You can see it here instead of every time checking your mail. So this is shortly for the BPC 10 point and the new features here. Let's proceed with the benefits of the BPC 10.0 point. The key benefits are that reduced planning and consolidation cycle times thanks to more reliable time from the data. Here we can have more accurate budget plans and forecasts due to the collaboration. The stakeholders are more confident with a fast and accurate financial closing in the end of each month. The compliance risk is minimized with accurate reporting that meets statutory requirements. And the data quality is really improved through the central data repository that we have. Also, another key benefit is that it is enhanced ability to automate calculations, improve consolidation speed as well. increase the flexibility in the consolidation deployment options. It's better user experience as well. Also, here we have simplified consolidation management and segment reporting. So let's proceed with the overview of the features using the EPM add-in for the Microsoft Office. So here we have new and improved integration with Microsoft Office applications based upon SAP Business Planning Consolidation Standard Model Reporting, ability to maximize the reporting via EPM add-in for Office. Here it is also provided with SAP Business Planning Consolidation and Central Interface, and other EPM applications for finance as optional interfaces. The features for Microsoft Office, it includes enhanced Excel, Word, PowerPoint interfaces for creating live connected reports from scratch and copying, pasting, deleting existing reports between the Microsoft Office two options, applications, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Here is just a preview of the EPM add-in for Excel, the EPM add-in for the PowerPoint, and the EPM add-in for Word. Okay, so let's continue with the topic that we are going to make a demo on today. The EPM add-in for the Excel. Here is just a quick view of the Excel and the EPM tab. Here we have the EPM ribbon with all features available. On the right side, there is a navigation pane, drag and drop, from where the creation of report can be done. The EPM add-in can be accessed via the normal Excel sheet or via the BPS application. Okay, so now let's start with the demo. I will log in via the Excel. So here is the ribbon, as I have already mentioned. Here is the navigation pane, where the reports can be created from, and also from the ribbon, when you choose the new report, also can be done from here. The options, here we have for the EPM sheet, formatting, refresh, protection. Okay, so the data manager, from here, the packages can be run to upload data, to download data, to preview the data. Here from the transformation file, the new transformation file can be created to make the transformation file and to validate the transformation file. So let's go back to the EPM tab. From the open menu, my report can be opened, the input forms, if created any, and the reports that's been already coming with the environment shell model. Let's see this one, for example. So here are the reports that already have been available. If you want to edit something, the edit report. Here we have options. To use it as input form, to freeze the data refresh, the sorting. The data can be sorted by certain criteria. Here is the filter that we can use if it's the first column, for example. Ascending or descending order. The last column also can be used again. Then the filtering, it is nothing more complex than if you are using the normal Excel sheets, not to be locked in the BPC. This is also something very important that I missed to mention about the benefits of these EPM add-ins for the Microsoft Office. All non-IT people can use this, even you are not familiar with the SAP, because from the Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, you can do all this filtering, formatting, consolidation, and so on. Also, here we have ranking criteria. Here, if we want some of the members or the dimensions to be read-only data and not to be changed, the welcome members. Here, the member's name can be changed if needed, to exclude some members and member in certain filtering as well. Okay. So let's create a new report. Here in the row axis and in the column axis, we choose the dimensions that we are going to use in the report. So for the example, we will use the account, and let's use the entity for the columns and for the sales time or measures probably. Okay. So let's try again. Apologies, count, time, and entity into columns. Okay, so here there are not so much data in the demo. Here on the rows where we have the dimension for the accounts, if we double click, we will see the hierarchy for all of them, all the members. And again, if we press double to all, we will go to the base level or the bottom level. So there is no lower level here on the cash node. So for total asset, if we press again, double click, we will go back. This function also can be done by expand the children. Here. Again, we reach the bottom level and collapse will again undo the expansion of the levels. If we want to do a filter only by one of the values, it doesn't matter if it's on rows or on columns, we can press keep and it will leave the only value we want to see. It's not necessary to go and filter by all the data, as here we have so less data, but if there is so much data, we have to go and filter and choose if we want to have multiple selection. It will be hard to make this selection from so many values and to make the multiple selection. So here we have back button, of course, and also we can keep one value and we can exclude one or more values. Okay, so let's add measures as well. So let's put it to columns. Here we have the time values as well. Also, as you can see, beside the BPC ribbon, we also have filter options, the right click menu. Okay, so we can make filters or to use the text filters. If we need to make a special filter by word or some values that are in the cell, or okay. We can also sort here if we have more values. We can add a command also. It can be critical, high, medium, low, or none. Okay, here on the more, we can see, we can see the member properties, the cell reference where it is, the report ID, the connection, and the ID of the member. Also, some functions can be inserted here. Okay. If something is changed, just a refresh we have, and the data can be refreshed if we have some figures changed manually and so on. Here on the Data Manager tab, it is usually for more experienced people of the BPC application, as here, for example, when we have the option to run the package, all the package names, the descriptions and types here that we have, and we can run. We have to know the process chain which will be triggered once we choose this data range. So the category, you can choose what to be updated. The actual, the plan, the budget, the forecast. Here the entity, you can choose only some of the members to be updated. For example, all this. From the currency, we can also choose let's make it 2. Also, here we can see all the members, and to choose the levels where we can see, but here we don't have any hierarchy levels. And here is the time that we want to update. Let's choose only 2007. Okay. Here, before you run the package, you will see all the selections that you have made done by the respective members or dimensions. So to be sure, you are going to hold only this that you want to see. When you press finish, the EPM Data Manager shows this message that the request for running the package was successful and the package is running. Okay. From here, we can view the status of all the packages we have run. The status can be failed, success, or aborted. So in this case, we have a failure. I will check what the problem is later on. Here, this is the way where you can run the package if you know exactly what you want to vote, and it's not. But as I mentioned, this is for the more experienced BPC consultants or users. As I mentioned here, we can upload a file, a picture, or PDF, or something else to our report. Here also we can download the data from the source file directly, and then we have the data preview when we have some files uploaded into our report. Here, the status again about the packages. Here, the scheduled packages, if you don't want to run it immediately. For example, when you are doing some reports and you don't want to change the data immediately, but you're waiting for something to be loaded, then you can run the package with the schedule options, so not to do it immediately. Something else about the EPM context. Also, with drag and drop, you can have here the taskbar. Here, from the data connection, it's not necessary to close the Excel or to go and log in again. Just from here, if you have another connections, unfortunately I don't have any others except this server, as I'm using only this one, you can create another connections, so you can load data from other sources as well, not only from one. So I think we have just need to save the report. You can save it to the report folder, or you can save my reports somewhere to a local folder. Let's save it here. So after saving this on a local file folder, you are sure that all you have done is save. This is also a key feature, as if you are doing all the budget planning, etc., somewhere in the system, and if it crashes, you cannot save it there. But here you can have it on your own reports already saved. Okay, so this was the end of the demo. So thank you for your attention and you are participating today. If there are any questions, you can reach me on reneta.petrova@IBsolution BG.